On this episode of Game Shack, what would happen to the home arcade community if Arcade1up stops putting out new cabs? Let's talk all about it. Coming up next. Hey everybody, welcome on back into the Game Shack. I'm your host, JDV. Thank you for stopping by the Game Shack. As always, if you guys can give me a thumbs up, it really does help the channel, helps other people who are interested in home arcading find videos like this. And speaking of that, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And if you have, hit that notification bell so you do know when videos like this come out. All right, after the Super Bowl last night, I went on over and checked out the replay of 19K Fox's always good show. And on that show, he talked a little bit about what was going on with Arcade1up. And he pointed out a few different things, one of which is that they now give that Infinity game board as much play, if not more play, on their website as they do the home arcade part of their business. In fact, he pointed out that the newest video that they did at Universal, where they all got dressed up like Harry Potter and pointed out you can play Harry Potter board game on that Infinity game board. You know, that's been the slickest thing they've put out now in quite some time, and it did have nothing to do with the home arcade experience or the products that they put in that niche. He also pointed out that they're still trying to sell games like Golden Axe for $450. So sometimes you can see it for $400, but still a lot of money, and that is a 3-year-old game. He also pointed out the fact that now the deluxe cabs have been on the market for a year now in terms of these new form factors, the riserless design, the slanted playfield, all of the things that we now kind of accept and expect to see in an Arcade1up product. That all started about a year ago, actually almost exactly a year ago today. And when I watched that video, it again was reinforcing the idea that, man, Arcade1up might be in some actual legitimate trouble, and or they're fine, but they're shifting their focus away to something else, which is weird though, because the word arcade is the first word in the company's title, right? I mean, Arcade1up. I mean, I don't blame Arcade1up for trying to follow a product that apparently is having some success, but it is interesting that they seemingly have halted or basically halted any new development in new games. You know, another thing that 19K Fox pointed out is that you can put a PCB from one game into another. You can put on different skins. So even if you are even a little bit into modding, you're going to be able to kind of make the cabinet you want if you can find a guy to do graphics for you and things like that. I'm going to actually be doing a whole series on how I'm trying to revamp my original ALU, putting new skins on it, putting a new screen in it, and do all kinds of other things to try to kind of spiff it up, because I don't know that I'm going to be able to afford the 4K version of that when that comes out later this year. So I'm really looking at kind of reinvesting in the cabs I own and making those as slick and cool looking as I can, versus worrying about a new product, because right now there is not a whole lot of new products. I mean, outside of what atgames is doing, there's nothing in the 3/4 scale universe that has not been out now for quite some time. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't think it will kill the hobby if Arcade1up either goes out of business or just keeps spitting out the same 11 deluxe cabs for the next few years. I think that they will hurt themselves. I mean, they might already be so hurt that they can never truly recover from their peak a couple of years ago. But even if they do go out of business, even if they stop putting out new cabs or XLs or new titles, I think that there is still so many people now who are interested in this product, in products like this, and the kind of community as a whole, that I do think that it will stick around even if they do go under, which at this point, I don't think they're going to go out of business, but I do think that they have radically changed how they look at the home arcade segment and are now looking for ways to sort of divest themselves out of it if humanly possible. Again, kind of weird because the word arcade is in their name. So let me know down below what you guys think. I think that the hobby can survive and will survive, but I think for any kind of thing like this to truly grow and get bigger and bigger, you need a big company to put out a big, slick product. And I just don't know that Arcade1up is going to be capable of doing that, which makes me wonder if there are going to be any other companies that can. All right, let me know down below what you think really is of interest, to me. All right, if you like this kind of content, give me a thumbs up on the way out the door. It really does help. Love each other, and until next time, I'll see you in the Game Shack. Mwah!
Be sure to visit evilgeniusentertainment.com for exclusive content, swag, casting call news, and much, much more.